Hey there, welcome to day 2 of my Hero's Adventure Guide. I talk to the peddler and buy some cosmetics off of him. After that, I make my way over to Bao Dating right next to me, and I exhaust his dialogue options. He tells me he's a rumor monger and there's a horse and carriage coming tomorrow, which will take us to out of region. We give him the novella that we had attained at the start of the game during character creation, and he will ask us to get a handkerchief from the innkeeper. I pick up some things I missed yesterday, and then I equip the peony and make my way over to the innkeeper to give her the cosmetics that I just bought off of the peddler. After that, I ask her to train me in cooking to help me recruit the beggar as part 2 of his quest, and then I ask her for the handkerchief that Bao Dating had asked me for, and I make my way over to Bao Dating and give him the handkerchief, recruiting our first party member. After that, I make my way over to the beggar and offer to cook him a home-cooked meal, and after that he will be more than happy to join our party. After that, I begin making my way over to the butcher and to buy some dog meat as to trade with the smith to get the hunter's bow. After that, I make my way over to the herbalist and I learn medical, which is the best option that will help raise your medical, which is hard to raise, and then give him all the tea that I got at character creation. He'll ask me for some Lingzi that we already have from the Lost Forest. We give him the Lingzi and he will join our party immediately after, making party member number 3. We begin mining for some iron ore and we bring it to the blacksmith to complete his quest that he gave us yesterday, and he teaches us a few things about crafting. After that, I give him the dog meat for the bow that the hunter asked for, and then I kick out the iron bull from my party so that I can recruit the chicken. I make my way over to the chicken at the north part of town, and I feed him some food as his fullness has went down because a day has passed, and that raises his affection up enough so that I can just recruit him. He is one of the better party members, and I can just find Iron Bull back at the Iron Forest. I make my way over to the tree in the middle of town, grab some Thunderstruck wood, which is a rare material that you should pick up, and then I make my way over to the Cross Hill area and enter. After that, I start Show Shuren's event where I get asked a question to raise one of my stats. I pick strength by saying that I'm going to scare away the weaklings. After that, a combat starts. The only thing to keep in mind here is to try and survive. It doesn't matter if you contribute too much, as that will help you recruit Show Shuren. After that, I pick let the officials deal with it. And I just recruit Show Shuren here, and he joins my party, making party member number 4. I increase my strength and I boost up my action speed with the wind passives, and I equip some armor and just eat some food and my bucks that I had on medical just to boost up my stats slightly more, as I am just about to go into a tough little fight over here. I pick up the scorpion on the ground for feeding the chicken later. I make my way over to the tea stall up here, which is a secret area you might not notice. Pick up some items, and I talk to this guy here who it will offer to spar with us so that we can get stronger. And I begin just fighting him once, twice, 3 times to get some experience and also just some skill mastery as I practice with him. The third fight is a little bit hard, so I would try and kite around him and do side attacks and stuff, and make sure you're full of energy before you fight him, just to give yourself a little bit more of an advantage. And preceding playthroughs, you're probably going to be strong enough just to stomp him, but because you're a beginner right now, it might be a little bit difficult. Don't be scared to reload. And then after that, after beating him 3 times, he gives us some items, and I feed him some wine that I buy from the tea stall, and learn some machinery from him, which will allow us to pick chests open. When we go to the world map, we'll be challenged by this guy to a fight, which will raise our fame. And he's nothing really to write home about. He's very easy. Just be cautious if you're fighting him at too low of a level. But if you say no, he'll come back the next day. It's not a missable thing. He's reoccurring as well. He comes back later in the game. But anyway, I make my way to the back of the town and destroy this blockade here. Then retreat. And at the back of here, there's a chest that we can now crack open. And that will give us a map. And then I make my way over to the blacksmith, who tells us about his innkeeper debt. After listening to him about his innkeeper debt, I buy a shovel. And that will help us with the treasure map that we just got. And then I make my way over to the Lost Forest. Try and skip as many encounters as I can so that I can save on time. Feed the rooster, the scorpion I just got. And then I just make my way through to the back area down here. Fight the boars. And then we'll trigger a cutscene where it will say that we've found the treasure from the map. We'll dig up the treasure with the shovel and time, and we'll get 1,500 and some items and some Jiang Hu knowledge. I then proceed to crack all of the chests within the Lost Forest, getting all the items that we missed out on because we didn't have any machinery skill. And I also chop some trees for some strength XP. And then make my way to the back so that I can talk to Gang Li and give him some berries to progress his recruitment. After that, I leave and then make my way to Nameless Village. I then proceed to Hunter Liu's house and go in and give him the bow that we got earlier today. And he will be more than happy to... Well, no, and then he asks us for Lingzi, and then we give him the Lingzi, and he be more than happy to join our party. After that, I got an achievement for fame. If you've not got fame level 2 now, you'll have it. I then proceed to take everything that's not nailed down from his house, as he's got some nice stuff. And I then will proceed to sell it back to him for some more money. He has some good stuff. Just make sure to pick it all up, specifically this tiger skin here, and then you can open up your menu and then proceed to sell it back to him if you're low in gold. It's a good early way to make money. And then after that, I will make my way over to the innkeeper and ask her about having a room for the night, even though we're not going to use the room. Whenever you're low in stamina, just eat. It's bad to sleep. But due to us owning a room, as we try to leave, these people will ask us if they can have our room. And we don't get a refund or anything, but I agreed to it, and that will increase our relations outside of the region with the Tiger Escort. After that, I go and spar Liu. I go around the village, just sparring everyone in town so that I can raise up my combat XP. You can spar everyone 3 times for combat XP, and the first spar you will also get fame, which is just really good. When I make my way to the smith, I trigger this cutscene because I'm not with Old Man about joining the Lang Ya Pavilion. This guy's from Lang Ya Pavilion and he's interested in recruiting the smith, but he won't leave because of the innkeeper's debt. So, yeah, we have a little talk about potentially joining the Langya Sword Pavilion. You will not get this if you joined Old Man, but it's just something to do. He says he's going to leave in 2 days if we can't recruit the blacksmith, which we'll probably do tomorrow. After that, I go and spar the blacksmith, finishing off everyone that we can spar with during the night. And after that, it's daybreak, and it's the dawn of the third day.